Alrighty, folks. Grandpa Clayton here. Grandpa Clay. I might start a YouTube page. I got videos on there. My name's Clayton Phelps, and I play guitar. I'm into Epiphones. I'll be 70 years old in July. And I am a grandfather. I got 6 kids, and I got 11 grandkids and 2 great-grandkids. So I want to do this video to show you what I do with Epiphones. And I know everybody's got an opinion. I don't care. I got all kinds of free time, so I just do shit that I feel like doing to them. So this is a 59. I got 3 of them. This is a 59 Epiphone. Killer, Guitar Center exclusive. Killer top in lemon. I put Damasio 36th anniversary in the bridge and a 59 PAF Damasio in the neck. And I like the hot rod stuff because I used to have custom shop Gibsons. I used to have Gibson USAs back in the day. I don't work anymore. I just get a little Social Security. But I take these guitars, and I know it sounds crazy. Why would you do any of this? It'll hurt the resale. Well, I don't buy them to resell them. I buy them to play them. I get paid to play. So I take the nut and I shape it like the custom shop ones. I get rid of all the excessive meat on them. I didn't even go as far as I really should on this. I don't touch the slots or do anything with those. I just get all the meat off them. And if you look at a custom shop, the $7,000 up to $20,000 ones, that's how the strings sit on top. Well, I mean, you got to have plenty of slot for them not to be able to come out of them. But you get rid of all the rest of the shit on them. Of course, I've done this for so long. I work on people's guitars for them. I also take the satin top and I novice too with a dry cloth. Use it sparingly. Do a section at a time. And I'll do like here, I'll put some of that, real sparingly. I'll just rub it on with my fingers, and then a dry, clean, nice guitar cloth or an old t-shirt. And I'll hand rub the sucker. I'll take all this stuff off, the switches, the bridge, all that. I don't remove the pickups, but I'll loosen them up and move them out of the way to pick all that off. And I'll hand rub. It's a lot of work, and I'll go around the whole thing, and I like it. It's not a super gloss, but it's got more of a look like my 59. I had 3 custom shop Gibsons just a few years ago. I sold them because somebody wanted them more than me, and so I sold them. But I found that these guitars are fantastic and for the money. As a player, I don't have to worry when I do a gig about dropping the $7,000 or $8,000 on the floor, falling off a stand, and then having a freaking heart attack. So again, I do the nut on them. I get rid of all that excessive meat on them, and I just shape them like the custom shop. And I found that they resonate a little better. It could be psychological, whatever. But here's the this tobacco. Got a real nice top on it, 59. This is a December of 2022, and I put slash Seymour Duncan 2.0s in it, and I like it. This one only weighs 7 pounds, 13 ounces. So that one's killer. The lemon one's only 8 pounds, 8 ounces. I just traded off a dark cherry one for this 335 Epiphone. It's a 2022, and he gave me some cash. Well, I gutted this. I took the Epiphone pickups out. These are Seymour Duncan 59 PA blues pickup set that I had in the tobacco one. I had the slash pickups up for sale on the local marketplace. Nobody was biting, and I was selling them cheap. So I said, screw it. I took these out of tobacco, the ones that I had put these in tobacco 59, and I put the slash ones in that, and I put them from that one into here, and I also put Switchcraft toggle in. So I got a few of those on the bench. I work on people's guitars for them. They bring me stuff to Claytonize. It's now become a nickname. Hey, will you Claytonize my guitar? Whether it's the fretboard, sometimes they got sharp edges, they want that done. They want a nut change sometimes, what a pickup changes. So I did that. And then I've got a 50 standard from Sweetwater that I'm going to age now, because I put this up for sale cheap. I mean, I paid good money for this from Sweetwater, and I bought it because it's just killer. The top on it is sick. And it weighs 8.8. And this is stock. I have hot rodded it and unhot rodded it. But it's stock at the moment. And I'm going to age this thing, I think, because I put this up for $475 locally. And somebody tried to beat me down to $375, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm thinking this. I didn't say it. These are $650 at Sweetwater, and plus, I did a 3-month thing. I bought it a year ago, 2022. So I'm going to age this guitar. I'm going to sand the whole thing down, shrink down the size of the neck profile a little bit. I'm going to do aging. I'm going to practice on this guitar and make it just an old-looking guitar, and I'm going to hot rod it with some cool pickups, but I'll age it. That'll be my practice guitar for full aging. I'm not going to be stupid and do a whole extreme. I might just sand the gloss off of it and just make it like the 59s I got. Then I got this, I call this Clowny. This is a Sweetwater exclusive aged honey burst. It's like a partial burst. Got it off a friend of mine. And I did all the Novas too to all of them. I don't like that satin. They're too much satiny. But I make sure everything I get's got a nice top on them. This is 8 pounds, 8 ounces also. I like to keep them no higher than 812, the maximum weight. And this one I put back to stock. I've got a set of Damasio 59 PAFs that were in it right here. And I decided, well, we'll keep those for another project. And I put some burst buckers back in this. These burst buckers came out of the lemon burst I first showed you. These sound fantastic, because all the 59's burst buckers, I sold them. In fact, one guy bought a set off me and had paid me to put them in his guitar. He had an Epiphone 50 standard cherry sunburst. And again, I do the nut. I do that. I oil the fretboard on them all, polish the frets, and blah, 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 and hot rod them. That's my thing. So now, I showed you all that to lead you up to this, what I got yesterday. This is a Greeny. I just got it yesterday. And I bought it from Sweetwater. It's stunning. The camera's not going to do that top justice. I can tell you that right now, I'm sure. And it's 8 pounds, 5 ounces. And I've already, since yesterday, I did the nut, the same thing. I always do, though, and I might go a little more later on, but I get all the excessive meat off. I shape them like, I don't touch the slots unless they need it. The low E on this needed a little bit because the string was too high, and the F note, when you press it the first fret, the note was too high. That's when you got to file them slots, and you got to know what you're doing. So this has the Epiphone Greeny that they just came out with, has a Gibson headstock. Those Grover Rotomatics are the best tuners I've ever had. All the guitars I've had, this thing is just, they're phenomenal. They're awesome. And it's got real, authentic mother of pearl inlays. People complain about how much these guitars are, but when you add up everything they got, I did have to dress the edges a little bit on the neck, but I do this shit all the time, so it doesn't bother me at all. I just get it done and it's over. Oil the fretboard, polish the frets. And this has got a switchcraft toggle. It's got Greeny buckers. They're Gibson USA pickups. To buy them separately, they're $300. And it's got the cool bridge on it. It's got the small pins like the Gibsons. They got little thread things on them, but you got to spin the wheels to adjust it like you would a Gibson. So that's really cool. CTS pots, Mallory caps. And what else? Oh, the neck. When I turn this over, I'm finding this stuff out as I go along, and I'm even more intrigued with it. By the way, it sounds fantastic. I played it for a couple hours last night. Now, let me put the light on in here. You can't see the top with the fluorescent light on. So, on the back, it's gorgeous brown, mahogany. In the neck, I found out, of course, I already knew it's a one-piece neck. There's no scarf joints. And I know people say scarf joints, like the 59's got them, are even stronger. But this is cool. One authentic, and there's no wings on this headstock. So this whole neck is one piece, I'm telling you. I've looked at this thing with a microscope. There is no wings, not that it's any big deal. And I found out that the Gibson, and I don't know if it's true, this is somebody on YouTube. See how this is all rounded? All the edges of this stuff? It's all rounded, the whole thing. It's like they sanded it to give it a little bit of how Greeny's worn out. Obviously not to the degree of Greeny, but it's all rounded. And I found out that the neck on this one, the Epiphone, is the scanned profile of the actual 59 Les Paul that Kirk Hammett owns, Greeny. The Gibson one is supposedly a 50 standard neck profile. This has the long neck tenon underneath the neck pickup, and I double checked it when I changed the strings and did all my stuff to it. Yeah, it's got the long neck tenon like the 59's. The Gibson USA does not. So in the case, you look inside the case, it's a cooler color than the 59's got that bright pink. This has got a richer kind of a purplish hint to it. It's not that pink. I think I should take this out and compare it, let you see. Not that it's a big deal, it's all just cosmetic stuff. But here's a 59 case. And they're fine, I don't care. It's just like it says, it's just a case. If I go do a play somewhere, I don't bring a case, I throw it in a $30 gig bag anyways. Then you look at the color of this. This is cool as heck. So I hear a lot of people, oh, you can just buy one of these and save some money, you know, or you could take a Chibson and hot rod it and spend $1,000 frickin' dollars doing all that. See the difference? How cool. I say, for that price, and you could hit them up and get them to knock $100 off or whatever. Just say, hey, can you do a little better on the price? So for under $1,500, with all the things that it has that the others don't, I'm in. And it sounds fantastic. And of course I set it up and intonate it, you know, put the action like anybody else would do. So there you go. Grandpa Clayton with his Greeny, and I just showed you my guitars. I got some Strats upstairs, but low-end Squires, you know. Later. Have a good weekend.